A former WWE Champion seems to have announced their retirement. Plus, a popular AEW star is out with an injury, and an absent SmackDown star's return appearance has been announced. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Bye, Mickey. Mickey James is away.
She's off, and this has come completely out of nowhere. Asked on Twitter if she was going to be in the WWE Women's Tag Team Tournament, she replied, "No, I feel I'm done in wrestling." Okay, but you can hashtag watch along with me and Nick Aldis tonight on millions.co. I don't know what that is.
Millions is like a streaming platform, I believe, where I think it's a ticketed one. Where
she reacts to WWE shows, or is this NWA?
It's like a Twitch thing. I think she's just going to watch WWE and then she's just going to live stream reactions.
What, and you ticket that?
Yeah.
We've missed a trick here. Sorry, forget the news about the retirement. As if, what?
Join Cultaholic on Millions now.
Are you joking?
Sure, that's what it is.
You got to pay.
I'm sure Good Mythical Morning are doing something similar where they're not on that particular platform, where they're doing like a live show and you buy tickets for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Good lads.
Fair play. Yeah, good for them. So I mean, this. I know she's doing a lot more backstage now than she is in front of the camera, but just going no, she's not done, is she?
I don't think she'll be one that's ever truly done. I feel like when the opportunity presents itself and there's a meaning to it, I think we'll see her rock up once again and be a part of a wrestling match, a wrestling story. I think that she adds a gravitas to younger wrestlers. The stuff that she did with Tasha Steelz is a great example of that in Impact most recently. And I think that there'll be other talent along the way that she can lend a hand to.
Conrad's ears just pricked. He's looking forward to the Mickey James's last match pay-per-view in 2062.
I thought you were going to say he's starting another podcast there.
He probably is. He almost definitely is.
He's got an hour free on a Wednesday. He could easily squeeze in a podcast there.
If that's her done, then what a career. But I agree with you. She's not. I think she's probably just taking a break until, as you say, the right thing comes along.
Kevin Nash, however, isn't coming back ever. So he was on his Click This podcast and he said he isn't interested in having one more match or a Kevin Nash's last match. He said, quote, "I love when people come up to me and go, man, you still look pretty jacked. I think you've got one more match in you." He presumably said in between mouthfuls of pasta. "I don't. I effing thought of my the effing thought of my effing rickety ass body hitting that effing wood. Nah, man, not even for effing Saudi money. You could come to me with $500,000, let me take 2 bumps, F you. What am I going to do with that? Let me put it in the bank with the rest of the effing money I don't spend." Just FYI, his rickety ass body last hit the effing wood for Big Time Wrestling in 2018 when he won a gauntlet to become the Big Time Wrestling champion, a belt that he vacated soon after.
It's the most Kevin Nash thing I've ever
So
heard.
what a Kevin way to go.
I like that, though. I respect that. For a man who's, he's always been a businessman, I would have immediately thought if they chucked $500,000, $1 million, whatever at him, he'd just go, yeah, because he doesn't have to do much. He can still hit a jackknife and everything. He's the sort of guy that could come in and not even take a bump.
He's literally said here, no.
No, but he said for 2 bumps he wouldn't do it. Would he come in
for
and
one bump?
do a big boot and a jackknife on? Because you've got a goal. I'm not going to say Goldberg style match, but he could be thrown in there with some jobber in Saudi Arabia, and the Saudi Arabian fans would lap it up, and it would just a little squash match. He doesn't need to do much more. It's Kevin Nash.
Yeah, just have him.
Nobody's going to be watching for work rate, are they? I reckon he'd do it.
Jackknife Chad Gable.
Not Gable. Someone we don't like.
Gable.
Like Goldberg.
Oh yeah. Don't give that and don't give that any credence. Kevin Nash versus Goldberg in a Saudi Arabia show.
I'd love it. Genuinely, I'd love no, good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, you made your money, get yourself away.
And he's got so much money that he doesn't know what to... Well, what you could do, Kevin, is buy 2 tickets to watch along with Mickey James and Nick Aldis on millions.co.
Or go to the $500 tier subscription for Cultaholic and do an episode of the Classic Nitro review with me and Sam and answer some questions for us. about your conduct at the time.
If you need a hand spending money, Kevin, we're here.
We are happy to help.
Buy some merch.
I could do with a gold Dalmatian statue. During another one, obviously. Best wishes to Chris Statlander. According to Tony Schiavone last night on Dynamite, it was during the Dark tapings on the 5th of August that she landed badly after a big boot and injured herself. Now, AEW have not confirmed what the injury is or details on how bad, but it looks as if she's going to be out for a little bit.
This sucks because she got injured 2020. She was away for ages. She came back like start of the year-ish, March, wasn't it? And it just sucks for her. It just sucks. Hopefully it's not that serious. We don't know. It did look like a really rough landing though.
Because she's worked on her character a lot. I don't think a lot of people were vibing with the alien type.
It could only go so far. I think it's good fun.
Yeah.
I think it was fine, but you can't move your way up the card too much with that nonsense.
No, absolutely not. Next Wednesday's Dynamite is an intriguing one simply for the sponsorship.
It certainly is. It looks like it's going to be presented by the Game of Thrones spin-off, I guess, House of Dragon.
Yeah.
I've never watched it, right? So I asked next door what I could say about this.
Oh, okay.
Because I have no idea. So Owen said it was good except the last 2 seasons. This is Game of Thrones, of course. Luke said it was a cultural hit that fell off a cliff. Very poetic. Joel, it was like an unbelievable series except for the end. And Ryan said, George Martin is probably going to die before he finishes the book. I don't know what that means.
There you go.
I thought they were all written. I don't understand any of it.
What great bits of insight.
So there's your analysis there. I mean, it's a massive thing. Apparently, what they were saying is that, and they might just be speaking on behalf of themselves here, but people loved Game of Thrones, but the hype isn't necessarily there for the spin-off stuff.
It's more because of the way that it ended. I know people, over there, they said 2 seasons.
I'm a research, Tom.
But Alex and we got invited to a special showing of the final episode, which was in a cathedral. And it was all kitted out and it was all themed, sort of Game of Thrones style. It was amazing. We're all sat there with like-minded fans. We'll have a little bit of a drink. It's all great. We watched the last episode. The silence as everyone left the room because it was such a bad episode.
Was it that bad?
Everybody was it was just like the energy left the room because the episode was that bad from the showing that we went to. And so that's why they're having to really pick this up off the floor for House of Dragon. Which I think will be great. It's the story of the Targaryens 200 years before Game of Thrones happened. And I think it'll be great. But they're taking some picking off the floor. And who knows, maybe having Orange Cassidy competing in a match to promote it will just be the tonic that is needed.
Absolutely.
To bring it in.
So yeah, I mean, it's probably big money for them. Good for them. Are they going to say American Dragon, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat? What other dragons are there in wrestling?
Dragon Isu.
Dragon Isu. He might be there.
Mickey the Dragon.
Mickey the Dragon.
My boy Mickey the Dragon. Get a picture up there of Mickey the Dragon. There's your money right there. Mickey the Dragon.
Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee. RuPaul's Drag Race.
Do the next story, I reckon.
So, hey, talking of properties and stuff within AEW's reach, this is a brilliant bit of news for fans of the Cultaholic Classic Nitro review. New episode later today. Jimmy Hart had a chat with Fightful and dropped quite a bombshell.
He did.
I love this.
He's claimed that there's an entire catalogue of WCW still owned by Warner. So he said they still got all of our songs down there with their publishing company. They never released anything. So there's 100 and something songs just sitting down there waiting for somebody to use them. That was owned by Turner. WCW has them. But when Vince bought all the tapes up here in WWE, they didn't get the rights to the music, which is why you see some on the network with the music getting changed and all that. So this is grand because it might be a little bit of fun, but I would argue that basically anything Jimmy Hart has done hasn't been especially grand.
How
except for Legends of Wrestling. You know that song? We are the legends.
Hogan is American made. The only real giant is still Andre. Jerry Lawler will always be the king because we are the legends.
Legends. I said Heroes.
Wrestling. Heroes of Wrestling was a very different pay-per-view.
Yes.
You got blackjack, I got 28. Oh man, I'm hammered. That's Heroes of Wrestling. Now, and also Jimmy Hart did Eat Your Heart Out, Rick Springfield.
Great song.
He's my Rick Springfield. He's my baby and she always will be the only girl for me. Ain't no rock and roll singer gonna take
her
her
away
away from.
Yeah.
Can't do it anymore. We'll get YMCA'd. I think there is potential to, if somebody fancies going spelunking at Warner to go and find all these CDs, dust off the American Males track, give it to the Ass Boys.
Yeah.
Oh!
I'm confused because WWE did release, sort of under their umbrella, a WCW. I guess it was a CD at the time. It's on Spotify now. They did release a lot of the themes, but maybe that was just like a partnership thing. Jimmy Hart is going to know what the deal is.
Maybe there are some themes that aren't owned by them, but are separate. Because I know a few of them are like stock music anyway.
Yeah.
Like Lex Luger's theme music in WCW, that the Biddle theme, as OSW Review called it, that biddle, that's like stock music. And WWF, being silly buggers in the 90s, would use Lex Luger's theme music from WCW to advertise the WWF Superstar line. Because it was stock music and they were just being silly buggers.
That's clever. It's not uncommon. Like Hardy Boys theme, that's stock music. We'd stick that in the video now if we had about $2,000.
I was
not happening.
Okay, we can't.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Moving on, one final story. An absent SmackDown star. And a return appearance has been announced, but not as we know it, Jim.
No, Peacock announcing that Charlotte Flair, the Queen, will be the guest on an upcoming edition of Steve Austin's Broken Skull Sessions. This is on the 19th of August. First appearance on WWE programming since WrestleMania Backlash. So hopefully she does that and then goes away for a bit longer. See you later.
Do you reckon they will talk about Ric Flair's last match?
Yeah, probably. Austin will be interested by it. Like he gets stuff out of people, and because it's Stone Cold, he can sort of talk about what he wants. Can't he? Quite often, naughty banned words are mentioned on those things. So yeah, I think they will. And with Ric Flair being added to the intro again, the woo's back on there, and they're happy referencing Ric Flair. I think they wanted to be involved, didn't they? And they wanted to make a documentary about the thing. So unless they're annoyed that they didn't get to make that documentary and don't want it mentioned, yeah, I think they probably will, and it'll be fascinating. He said he passed out twice. Yeah.
It's like,
you couldn't tell because it was a barn burner.
Ric Flair has now something in common with me on my birthday night out, which is brilliant. And one of those was the last match ever. One of them was just a wonderful session in Newcastle. Fair play to the man. He did actually even say in an interview, I think yesterday, he went, "Oh, I'm quite sad that was my last match." I was like, "No, stop it."
He got offered another one with Carlos Colon or something. Wasn't it? He was out there and he got offered another one. Just do it, Rick. You've messed up your thing anyway. It doesn't matter. Like, no, who cares? If you can get paid another $500,000, nobody's going to go, you know what? The match with Andrade and bloody Jarrett and Jay Lethal, that was really good. But the Carlos Colon stuff, that was a step too far. You've bollocksed it, mate. Just do it. Just do it. Make loads of money. You've got like 4 more divorces in you. You're going to need it.
I must admit, I would probably watch Ric Flair's last match too.
Oh, yeah.
And do you know what? If I were Conrad, I'd just call it that. I'd own it.
Yeah, that's really strong. Yeah,
Ric Flair's last match too, and just be like the never-ending story.
And he still got it. Why? To be honest, it's withholding stuff from us as fans to not see him wrestle again because he showed such promise.
Maybe he could do a stand-up tour like The Undertaker.
He can't stand up anymore. He could do a lie-down tour. Lie down and blade tour.
More wrestling news throughout the day at Cultaholic.com, and a brand new Cultaholic Classic Nitro review in a little bit with me and Sam Driver, watching every episode of Nitro from the very beginning. You lucky thing. New one on the podcast later. Stay safe and love you. Bye.